It is time to wake up and discard all the old ideas and beliefs that have led you consistently into conflict. May 8, 2016. It is humanity's collective intent to awaken, and, as all are one with Source whose intent it also is, awakening is inevitable. You are on the path to awakening, you always have been, and you will continue on it until awakening occurs. There is nothing to fear. You cannot miss your moment of awakening because you have made that irreversible decision to return home. To awaken is to find yourself once again at one with God, eternally in the divine presence from which you have never been separated, eternally held in God's loving embrace that is all. The all is all-embracing, there is no beyond it, outside it, without it, no exclusion from it. It is God and you engaged in an eternal and ecstatic embrace, eternally inseparable, and eternally desirous of continuing in this state, and so you will. All the spiritual channels keep reconfirming for you the imminence of humanity's awakening, and yet many of you keep allowing yourselves to be drawn back into doubt by the negativity of the illusion as you are continually reminded by the media of the wars, suffering, unconscionable poverty, and unconscionable corruption that is occurring worldwide. Yes, there is an enormous amount of suffering across the world, but unless you feel intuitively called to physically assist in alleviating it by working with charities, or by going to areas that you have access to where you can personally help, or in some other appropriately active fashion, then do not dwell on the suffering. Instead, intend to send love, compassion, and healing to any areas that particularly concern you, or even to the whole world, and truly know that your powerfully held intentions are extremely effective. Then rejoice in the knowing that all manner of things will be well. The awakening process is moving forward unstoppably because humanity has made the collective decision to awaken, and is firmly holding the intent to do so. As humans, it is almost impossible for you to understand how powerful your loving intentions are. I assure you that they are infinitely so. However, bad or unsettling news can distract you, causing you to focus your attention elsewhere, thus reducing the effectiveness of what should be and needs to be your main intention in life, namely to send love to wherever it is needed in every moment. When you wake in the morning, when you meditate, relax, contemplate, or pray, during the day, and again before you go to sleep at night, renew that main intention, and know, truly know, that it is infinitely effective because it is in complete alignment with God's will. On earth, as humans, you appear to be living in an environment that is demonstratively unloving, an environment in which individual and corporate greed is relentlessly rewarded, while those who are loving and live lovingly, with love in their hearts empowering them in every moment, are ridden over roughshod, ignored, sidelined. However, the love that so many express is infinitely powerful, and it is changing the world. Do not be misled by the stories reported in the corporate media. Those are stories whose intent is to mislead you and to arouse your fears so that you will continue to give away your power, which truly is enormous, to the authorities who claim to be acting in their citizens' best interests. You are divine beings on earth at this time, to share and extend love to everyone without exception. More and more of you are realizing this daily and are releasing your fears as you engage lovingly with all with whom you interact in even the briefest of encounters or interchanges, and that is what is bringing humanity to awakening. Do not allow your doubts or fears to influence your behavior negatively. Instead, remind yourselves that you are the infinitely powerful children of God, on earth in this moment, to heal and awaken your sleeping brothers and sisters. Truly, that is what you are doing. Without your input, without your loving intent, humanity cannot awaken. That is why you are presently embodied. You all made the magnificent choice to be catalysts in humanity's accelerating awakening process, and although you mostly are unable to see what an enormous effect you are having, I can assure you that your intentions are dramatically effective. The reason that the various uplifting spiritual channels keep on reiterating the need for you to renew your intent to be loving in every moment and in every situation is because, due to the impermanent nature of the illusory world in which you are experiencing all of this, you keep getting distracted or diverted from your holy task by the daily demands of earthly living. Our task is to keep bringing your attention back to the knowledge of who you truly are, so that love, your true nature, flows through you continuously and abundantly just as you intended when you chose to incarnate. Together we are doing this. No one acts alone. No one can act alone. Everyone on earth is acting in harmony with many others as divine activists to bring this stage in the divine plan for humanity to its successful conclusion, the awakening of humanity. Although it appears to be something that is to happen in the future, it is in fact a done deal that has already occurred. It is just that the veil hiding reality from you is also hiding from you the fact of your awakening. What you are all doing is dissolving or dematerializing the veil. As it disintegrates, reality, love, God, will be revealed in all the splendid glory that is all that exists, and of which each and every one of you is an inseparable aspect, a brilliantly shining facet. Keep on loving. That is why you chose to incarnate, and you are all masters of loving. When doubts as to your abilities, competence, or effectiveness arise, love those doubts. As you know perfectly well, love is the answer to every issue with which you are presented or with which you have to deal. And your own personal doubts and anxieties are issues that need only to be loved. There are very few among you who have not comforted small children when they have hurt themselves, and have then witnessed the amazing effect that comforting can have. Your doubts and worries are like small children within you that need your loving care and attention. They do not need self-condemnation or disparagement, which only aggravates them. If there are aspects of yourselves that you feel are unworthy or unacceptable, just acknowledge them without trying to change or eradicate them. By just acknowledging them and nothing more, you prevent internal conflict from arising, and it is your internal conflicts that cling to that which you would like to release. All the wise mystics and sages have told you again and again that the way forward on the spiritual path is through surrender. Conflict always leads to further conflict, while love dissolves conflict. You are love, there is nothing else. What appears to be in opposition to it is illusory. If you bat a ball against a wall, it keeps returning. If the wall is removed, the ball fails to return. Conflict is like a ball hit against a wall, and surrendering to love removes the wall. Humanity has, over the eons, built numerous psychological barriers between its families, tribes, nations, cultures, and religions, and they have all led inexorably toward conflict. Now, finally, many loving and wise ones among you are helping to remove those unreal barriers and showing you that they are unnecessary. As the barriers fall, people begin to examine and study the differences between themselves and others, and discover that there is much to be honored and admired. Truly, all are one, and the differences that have seemingly separated you, one from another, are but wonderful creative opportunities you can use for healing, reconciliation, and harmonious interactions that will bring joy to all. As you intensify your determination to express and demonstrate love in action in every moment, you are waking humanity from its eons-long nightmare of fear, pain, and suffering. It is time to wake up and discard all the old ideas and beliefs that have led you consistently into conflict. Your true nature is love, and when you embrace it and engage with it, you heal yourselves, and you heal the world. Focus on the acceptance of your true nature, let go of any doubts you may have about your worthiness, and know that there is nothing for which God ever condemns any of His beloved children. In that knowing, which you can access by going to your holy inner sanctuaries and opening your hearts to receive what is offered to you constantly in every moment, rejoice. God's love for you is infinite, eternal, and unchanging, and that is the perfect reason to rejoice. With so very much love, Saul. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman.wordpress.com